Hello YouTube, it's the Junkman cometh. These are the proceeds from the last visit to the Goodwill station. I bought a battleship game, mainly for the parts. Looks like everything's here. There's probably enough here to sell as a complete game, plus assorted pegs, which was what I was really after, considering that you can buy this thing for $1.99. Word of caution though, anytime you go to a place such as this, then in thrift stores, most likely all the parts are not going to be there. But it is a cheap place to pick up replacement parts. Good example of this is this headbands game. Again, they're only $1.99. I already had one, but I was missing some of these blue chips. Yes, I had other chips I could have substituted, but I was trying to go with the authentic game pieces. Now I can sell this as used but complete. And this one I might just keep for parts because everything's here. I think there's a couple cards missing. The bands are there, the instructions are there, and they're missing a couple chips now that I use these to make this a complete game. The biggest disappointment at the Goodwill was this Hot Wheels set. As you can see, it's a pretty good size. It's the workshop. There's various configurations that you can use with the cars. Had a lot of different kinds of fun. And they told me I couldn't take it back if everything wasn't there. I kind of went through it piece by piece. Seemed to be safe to take a shot at it. It was only $6. Probably once I got home, I was able to spread everything out. This piece right here, which is the most important piece, the Energizer, it's got the rollers in there, makes the cars go down the track. That was missing. Everything else seems to be here. Lots of track, a couple different launcher vehicle pieces there and there. Some turns. The good news is there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cars. And these two, I believe, are vintage. This one is actually made in Hong Kong. It's a Stingray model. And you can feel when you pick it up, the cars are much, much heavier than the ones you buy today. This one, I think, is another Stingray. It's even got the white letter tires on it. And this is made in Thailand in 1979. So I might get my money back just in the cars and selling some of the pieces. But word of caution, when you're buying these, consider this as a partial investment because chances are it will not be complete. Garage sale season has now just started up in the Great Lakes State. Hit my first 2 of the season today. Surprisingly, they started on Wednesday. One was a last minute deal. We'll get to that in a minute. But the first one, I was able to pick up this 5-second rule board game. Well, it turns out that it's been open, but it's never been used. So most likely I can sell this as open box. Even the instructions has a little bit of the gum on there showing that it never got torn off and read. Five-second rule. Anytime you can find a board game for $1 or $2. Good idea to pick it up, even because you're just going to use it for parts. Here was an interesting little find, the ABC game, Introduction to the Alphabet. It has all of the letters of the alphabet in capital and small letters. For example, the C. And with the matching small letter, there is a picture beginning with the letter on the back. So C is for cat. Supposedly there's many different ways to play this game. I'm going to have to go online and see if somebody uploaded the instructions. A lot of times you're able to reprint the instructions for video games. Somebody's nice enough to go ahead and do that. This was cool because this was actually made in Germany. Year was 1987. The ABC game. I also find this vintage Etch-a-Sketch. Everything's here. Bio art. And a no made in China tag. So this thing is fairly old. It still works. You twist one, you twist the other. It draws a nice line. These have held their value over the years. Personal use, I got this small can of electronic cleaner. These things just keep going up and up. Only cost $1. It seemed like the can was fairly full. It's been at least a few years when it was only $2.89, but chances are that price has at least doubled. Again, personal use, twist on F plugs. This is for a coax cable. Takes a little bit of work. Basically, you strip away the insulation, twist these on, and you can hook them into your television set. 2 small McDonald's toys, still new in the bag. Sonic 2, the Hedgehog. It's toy number 1. There's Sonic himself right there. Toy number 2 from Disney Pixar. It's Lightyear. Piloting the Armadillo. Again, 25 cents. New in the bag. These seem like they hold their value fairly well. The last thing I bought was this package of software for a whopping $2. Something called The Neverhood by DreamWorks Interactive. Disc and artwork. I'll probably have to find a case, put that in. From Impact Media for Gateway. Don't know too much about that. Some of these are older again. Encarta 98 Encyclopedia. The Help Spot, probably a gateway portal for their particular brand, I'm assuming. Microsoft Home Essentials 98. Again, these might be worth nothing, but the whole thing was $2. I took a shot. Looks like Easy CD Creator here, UDF Reader. Sometimes these old things are getting harder to find. People want them for various reasons. Money 98. Streets 98. Here's a system restoration CD. With the newer models of the computer, chances are you're going online to do a system restore up in the cloud. Here's Work Suite 99 for Microsoft. Got a few programs on there. Windows 98. It's always nice to have a copy, even the older Windows versions. You never know when you might find something, you just have to go retro on it. Work Suite 99. Here's kind of why I bought this after I'd gone through it before I pulled the trigger. Jane's World War II Fighters. And way back when, Microsoft Flight Simulator 98. Cabela's Big Game Hunter for the PC. Photo Express. Here's the instructions for Home Essentials 98. Monster Truck Madness for the PC. I got both the disc and the artwork / manual. If I can get it out of the case. There we go. Okay. Bear Paw 1200. Looks like some sort of scanner CD. And that's it. But they were all $2. That includes a nice little manual carrying case, all the sleeves, and all the CDs. So that was garage sale number 1. Garage sale number 2 was a last minute addition. I just happened to see it on Marketplace. Posted about an hour ago. Said they opened for another couple hours, so took a ride up there and I found this BOLO personal blender for a whopping $1. They had Clue, a Liar's Edition, again, for only $1. Don't think it's ever been played. All the cards are sealed, the tokens are sealed. Instructions are just sitting right there nicely in the box. Again, board games. Sometimes you can find them for $1 or $2, especially if they're like this, even open box, all day long. I picked up 3 pairs of shoes in a bundle for $5. These are Converse black. They are the Chuck Taylors, which are collectible. Very little wear. There is some dirt here, but hardly anywhere on the soles. Size 11, men's. Clean them up. Pair of running shoes. Women's size 8. It's our Saucony brand. Again, the soles are got some dirt on them, but very lightly used. Most of the fine bumps are still present. They got the real distinctive laces on them as well. The last part of these Vans slip-ons. Good shape. The logo is very nice and clear. Not too much wear at all. Take a magic pad and clean up the tops nicely and some of the dog hair, but the soles are, again, they're in beautiful shape. Vans is a good name. You've probably seen the Harry Tornado advertising this brand as a good one to purchase. He has some good stuff on his channel if you ever checked it out. Also picked up these Toasties. Memory foam slippers. $2. Brand new in the box. So we got the cardboard inside there. I also picked up 2 PlayStation games, Parasite Eve and Gran Turismo. The only problem being, Star Wars was in the first slot. It was a Lego version. And Black and Bruised was in the second slot. So the game that was supposed to be in there, Gran Turismo, was nowhere to be found. I did check this at the sale, but I figured there's 2 games in there. It might be worth some money. Parasite Eve was indeed in the case, but only disc 1. These manga style games seem to really keep their value, so something to be on the lookout for. Second slot is indeed empty. And finally, she advertised Squishmallows. I was able to get all of these Squishmallows, this entire 10-item set, for $10. I asked how much they were, and she quoted me, I think, $2 for the bigger ones, $1 for the smaller ones. So I just gave her a blanket offer, grabbed a bunch, said, will you take 10 for all of them? And garage sale cash is king. She said, yep. I said, okay, then we got a deal. So all of these guys for $10. I think I did pretty well there. Special shout out today to Carrie Herndon down in the Sunshine State. Big fan of the channel. Thanks, Carrie. Appreciate your viewing. Meanwhile, if you'd like to leave a comment below, good or bad, I would appreciate it. And if you'd like to hit like and or subscribe to know when new content is coming, that's easy enough to do. This is the Junkman signing off. Hope you learned something. I know I did. I will try to do better next time. Thanks for watching.